What's up, guys? Jordan McAbee here, fantasyracingonline.com, and we're back. Watkins Glen. Go bowling at the Glen. Kicking off the final 14 weeks of the 2021 season is Watkins Glen this weekend. Our fifth road course race of the season, and what will be or should be the fourth one that isn't a complete shit show. So we had Daytona Road Course at the beginning of the year, and then Circuit of the Americas, which we've talked about before. You can just completely throw those stats out. There's nothing usable from that race. I haven't looked at it, and I don't plan to, just with all the rain and everything. We had Sonoma, which is another traditional road course. If you listened or read any of my other content this week, I consider Watkins Glen and Sonoma the traditional road courses as opposed to like the Rovals. You can also throw Road America in as a traditional road course, but it does eat up tires a little bit more than Watkins Glen and Sonoma does. And then we did have the Road America race. So we have a decent amount of data to look at just this year. If we go back to last year, I'm pretty sure all of those were Roval races. So not exactly apples to apples there. Still something to consider, though. We know who's good at road courses. It's not too hard to figure out. And even with the limited amount of data that we have, we typically, before 2019, we only raced at road courses twice a year. So that's all the data we had. A little bit more data now, but we know who's good here, and we can go back and focus on I really wouldn't really focus on any other races except for road courses when you're looking at statistics and data this weekend. There's really no reason to. These are such unique tracks that there's no reason to majorly focus on anything else. So let's take a look at this is the road course races this year without Circuit of the Americas included. So like I said, I don't think there's any good data that can be pulled from Circuit of the Americas. So when looking at or when combining the data here, doing Daytona Road Course, which was also, it was a little weird of that race. There was a bunch of wrecks, there was issues, still including it here, including Sonoma, which Kyle Larson won, Chase Elliott won at Daytona Road Course, and then including Road America, which Chase Elliott also won, because Chase Elliott wins everything on road courses. But average running position this year when it comes to road course races, minus Circuit of the Americas, Chase Elliott number one at 5.4, Kyle Larson 6.4. Then we got Hamlin, Truex, Logano all right there, 8.6 to 9.6. You can throw Kurt Busch in there as well, 9.7. Kyle Busch is up there. Christopher Bell, 11.9. It's almost like there's tiers here. So we have Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson in their own tier. We got Hamlin, Truex, Logano, Kurt Busch in their tier, and then Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell in their tier as far as average running position goes. Looking at fastest laps, which we all know is important in DraftKings, and there's not going to be a lot of them this weekend. This race is only going to be 90 laps long. So not too many laps led points, not too many fastest laps points, but they still will make a difference in the scoring. Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, neck and neck right there, 35 and 32 over those three races. Then we got Christopher Bell with 18, Martin Trex Jr. with 15, William Byron with 11. He also has 20 laps led. And then it's just kind of sporadically thrown about for, 20 other drivers. Maybe picking up a fastest lap here or there, but nothing too crazy. It's Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson. Those are the two best on the road courses this year, and you can throw Christopher Bell in the mix. We saw him win at Daytona Road Course. We saw him finish second at Road America. So very strong road course racer, and coming off of that, could have won New Hampshire. So Christopher Bell, definitely someone to keep an eye on this weekend. As usual, I like to use this website. It's called driveraverages.com. I talk about it every single time that we come to a road course because it is so useful for road courses especially. It's a free website. you come over here on the left side, go averages by track type, and then click road course here in the second column. And what this will do is bring up a combined since the start of 2018 every driver's stats on road courses. And then you can come in and look at each race. Now, this isn't going to give you the loop data that I like to look at, like green flag speed, average running position, stuff like that. But it's going to give you a nice oversight. Like this gives you a very good look at what Chase Elliott has done over his entire career at road courses. This chart, this initial chart here, when you come to the road course main page, this website does load quite slow sometimes. This combined chart right here is since the start of 2018, but when you come here to details on the right side of the driver, they will show every single race at a road course in their career. So it gives you a nice overview, and you can go and look at that. Again, driveraverages.com. Definitely check that out. I'd highly recommend it. I use it every week for quick stats, you know, and it, like I said, not including loop data, but, you know, just to get some quick stats, I do use this website, as well as, you know, like iFantasyRace.com, FRCS or Fantasy Racing Cheat Sheet. I think it's FRCS.pro now. Both very good websites to pull data from as well. But let's get right into this driver breakdown. You know, like I said, road courses are quite predictable. Like we know who's going to be good. And of course, DraftKings doesn't have the starting lineup in yet. I'm recording this on Thursday, so let's take a look at that. Starting lineup, we got Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Penske, 1, 2, 3 in the starting lineup. Kyle Larson, 4th, Harvick rounding out the top 5. 6 through 10, we got Hamlin, Bell, Almirola, Truex, Bowman, and then the heavy favorite to win this race, Chase Elliott, starting 11th. Chastain, 12th. A few notables starting a little further back for place differential potential. William Byron starting 15th. Kurt Busch, 17th. Kyle Busch starting 20th. Chris Buescher, strong road course racer, starting 24th. Chase Briscoe, strong road course racer, starting 27th. You could also throw Michael McDowell into that mix. He starts 25th. Bubba Wallace, 26th. Not a great road course racer, but decent. I'm going to throw this over here so I have a quick reference. Algorithm predicted finishing order. So this is what my algorithm thinks is going to happen for this race. Of course, Chase Elliott ranked number 1. There should be no surprise there at all. Kyle Larson, number 2, kind of neck and neck. That's a lot closer than I thought it'd be. But Watkins Glen is a very strong track, has always been a very strong road course for Kyle Larson, even when he was in Ganassi equipment. So can't say it's overly surprising that it thinks he's going to be right there with Chase Elliott this weekend. Truex, Hamlin, Kyle Busch, those JGR cars, 3rd through 5th in the predicted finishing order. Then we got Kurt Busch in 6th, who's had a very, almost sneaky, very good road course year so far. And really, he's strong. He's been strong his whole career, and we'll get into that. But this year, top 6 in 3 of the 4 races. Can't really overlook that. Logano, Bowman, Bell, Harvick, rounding out the top 10. Here's a few guys that I wrote up in this article, kind of explaining why the algorithm doesn't really like them as much, and they have higher upside than the predicted finishing position. But really no surprise, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, that's probably who this race is going to come down to when it's all said and done on Sunday. So let's get right into this driver breakdown. Kyle Busch, number 1, the highest priced driver on DraftKings. He starts 20th. He's 10,900. Definite place differential play. If you've listened to any of my stuff, though, I don't like overpaying or paying up significantly for place differential. It's just not that something that I like to do. Yes, I do think Kyle Busch can finish top 5, and I actually have him projected in my DraftKings projections. Average finish of about 6.7. What it's going to come down to is my projections like Kyle Larson more than they do Kyle Busch for the price. The projections are very even in points. So with Larson being a $700 discount, it likes Chase Elliott is in the lineup no matter what. He's just too good at road courses There's no reason to go against him unless you're taking a stand in tournaments and just trying to go a little bit underweight. But even then, it's probably not going to work out. It's one of those races where you probably just want to be overweight on him. But I think a lot of lineup decisions are going to come down to Kyle Busch or Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson starts 4th. Kyle Busch starts 20th. Obviously, there's major place differential potential with Kyle Busch, but there's dominator potential with Kyle Larson. We saw what he did at Sonoma. There's no reason to think that he can't do that same thing here at Watkins Glen, and maybe it's a 2-dominator race of him and Chase Elliott, in which case I like that lineup build a little bit better of Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson as opposed to Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch and paying up $10,900 for Kyle Busch. So like I said, I think Kyle Busch has top 5 potential for sure. What I don't like is he has 3 fastest laps on road courses this season, excluding Circuit of the Americas. He's going to need I think he's going to need some dominator points, laps led, fastest laps, for that to really pay off, or we're going to need one dominator. We're going to need Kyle Larson to dominate the entire race. We're going to need Chase Elliott to get up there and dominate the entire race. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for Chase Elliott to be a sole dominator for a build like that to work with Kyle Busch. Much more likely for it to be Kyle Larson dominating the whole race and then Kyle Busch being the place differential play, in which case, yes, that could be you could pivot off of Chase Elliott down to Kyle Larson then. That's how I'm seeing a Kyle Busch build work this weekend. Obviously, he's a safe play. He's a strong play, top 5 potential. Hell, he could go out and win this thing. Starts 20th. There's no reason to hate Kyle Busch this weekend. Chase Elliott, do I even have to explain? I mean, the dude is just insane at road course races. His last 8 starts at road course races. First, second, first. He was dominating the whole thing at Daytona Road Course, ran into issues late, finished 21st. Before that, first. He's in another league. He's in a complete other dimension than these other drivers at road courses. He starts 11th. He has place differential potential, and he could dominate this whole thing. To me, he's the only reason you're not taking him is maybe like a single entry contest, a 3-entry max contest where you're trying to gain an edge on the field. Or like I said, if you're trying to do Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, and Larson's your dominator, there's just no reason to go against Chase Elliott this weekend, though. I don't. I can't see him having issues. Not to mention he's won the last 2 Watkins Glen races. This might be his best road course, as weird and as terrifying as that sounds for his competition. Definitely the heavy favorite and should be at least in contention to win. Probably will win. Martin Trex Jr. is 3rd on the driver salary list. He starts 9th. He's $10,400. I almost think Truex is like he's definitely a tournament play. I don't like this trend happening with Truex. He went through, you look here at 2017 through 2019. He finished first, second, 14th, first, and second. Clearly established himself as one of the best road course racers, right up there with Chase Elliott. It was him and Chase Elliott every time we came to a road course. He's fallen off a bit, though. Since then, 7th, 3rd, 7th. Obviously not bad finishes at all. 12th at Daytona Road Course, 35th at COTA after that wreck. Finished 3rd at Sonoma, 0 laps led. Road America, he finished 9th. What I'm really concerned about here is this laps led column. And really the only race that he's led even a decent amount of laps led was Daytona Road Course in 2020. Other than that, Truex isn't leading laps. So for a guy starting 9th, 10,400 on DraftKings, does he have top 5 potential? Absolutely. Is he going to make it into the optimal lineup at that price without getting some dominator points? It's going to be difficult. Like I don't see it happening. So I think Truex is a decent play this week. I don't think he's a very strong play. That's about the best way I can put that. Kyle Larson, I might live and die by Kyle Larson this week. The Jordan jinx is on him. I did bet him. I got Caesars was offering a 100% profit bonus, so it took his odds from 4.5 to 1 to 9 to 1. I couldn't pass that up, So keep that in mind if you believe in the Jordan jinx. But we saw at Sonoma what Kyle Larson can do at a road course. He led 57 laps. He won both stages, and he won the race from the pole. He starts fourth this weekend, so there's a little bit of place differential. And it's what I think this is really going to come down to is how quickly Larson can get to the lead, and if he can. So we got Penske cars, Keselowski, Logano, Blaney, starting 1, 2, 3. So starting in front of and beside Kyle Larson. It would not surprise me to see Kyle Larson take the lead on lap 1, and none of the Penske cars lead the first laps. My concern is if Kyle Larson doesn't get that lead and then just kind of rides around in third or fourth all day. That's where it's just not going to work out. It's an aggressive playing Kyle Larson at starting fourth, but I can't see him not being a contender and putting up at least some dominator points. I actually haven't projected for quite a few dominator points this weekend. I just see it come down to him and Elliott, and I don't see either one of them. I think it's more likely that Larson is a sole dominator in this race than it is Chase Elliott, just because Chase Elliott starts back in 11th. It's going to take him a while to get to the front. But like I said, if the Penske cars, if Keselowski, Logano, Blaney, one of those goes and leads the first 10, 15 laps, and then that's when Elliott gets up there, that's when playing Larson isn't going to work out. So I think Larson is a very strong play. I'm definitely going to be super heavy on him this weekend, and I'm just going to roll with it because it's Kyle Larson, and I still think Watkins Glen is his best road course. So after seeing what we did at Sonoma, I think Larson is a great play this weekend. Kurt Busch, I hate this price, but I love Kurt Busch, if that makes any sense. So he starts 17th. He has legitimate. I bet him to finish top 5 at 3-1. So you look at 4th at Daytona Road Course, 6th at Sonoma, 4th at Road America. The only race he didn't have a good finish at Road Course this year is Circuit of the Americas with all that rain. And you just look at his overall history here at road courses. He's as solid as they come. So starting 17th, he's a very good safe place. Very good safe place. Safe place differential play. Not much dominator upside at all, so it's hard to pay that 10,000 when you can get Elliott and Larson together. But if you go Elliott, Kurt Busch, I can't hate that either. Kurt Busch has very strong upside. Top 11 in his last 7 starts at Watkins Glen. A few top 5s in there. Definitely, he's strong. William Byron is next. He's 9,800. He starts 15th. Going back to the stats, big old red mark here on William Byron. He's just had such bad finishing luck, but he hasn't ran that bad. By the way, Kurt Busch has the 6th best average running position on road courses this year. So very strong play, Kurt Busch. I just wish I wish he was priced at 9,000. It'd be a lot easier. Obviously, be a lot easier to fit him into lineups. So I think Kurt could be a tournament play though. Absolutely. Anyway, William Byron. We've seen him do well at road courses before. Again, likely a tournament play. I think people are going to be off of him because of what he's done this year on road courses, 33rd, 35th, 11th, and 33rd. But we saw last year, finished 6th, 8th, and 6th, or 6th and 8th last year, and 6th at the Charlotte Roval in 2019. So Byron has upside. He can finish top 10. But as far as dominating potential, I don't see Byron being up there. But it's definitely worth having Byron exposure, starting 15th. And we all know how strong the Hendrick cars are. So there's no reason to think that they won't be strong again this weekend, all 4 of them. Joey Logano is 9,600. He starts 2nd. It's one of those things, can he go out there and lead the first 20 laps and get fastest laps? Logano historically doesn't put up fastest laps, but if he puts up 15 laps led, it makes it a little bit easier to fit for his $9,600 salary to work, because I do think that he can finish top 5 and maybe even challenge, top 3. So looking at road courses this year, Logano has the 5th best average running position. Looking at finishes at road courses this year, 2nd at Daytona Road Course, 3rd at Coda, 4th at Sonoma, 15th at Road America, so a little bit of a struggle there. But going to Watkins Glen specifically, Logano. A few bad runs, the last 3 races, but he won here in 2015, only led 1 lap. 2nd in 2016, like I said, he just doesn't lead. So I want to like Logano this weekend. I think he can finish top 5. I just don't see the dominator potential for it working out. I just don't see it working. But if you want to get, if you don't like Larson this week, then Logano is a decent pivot off of Larson. If your brain's going to that type of build. Denny Hamlin, he starts 6th. Top 5 potential for sure. Hamlin has the 3rd best average running position on road courses this year. Looking at his finishes, 5th at Road America, 8th at Sonoma. He finished 3rd at the Daytona Road Course. Top 5s, since 2016, always a contender for a top 5 at road course races. Here at Watkins Glen specifically, Hamlin 3rd, 4th, and 1st in 3 of his last 4 races. He finished 13th in 2018. There's potential there. He starts 6th. I know my projections like him quite a bit as a like a tournament play. It's you're getting definite top 5 potential, and a guy that's probably not going to be very high owned at all because he's starting 6th. So Hamlin, where does my algorithm have him? Projected to finish 4th. Yeah, it's all just going to come down to 6 fastest laps this year on road courses. He's going to need to put up probably 4 or 5 to really make that work. But it's definitely possible. I think Hamlin's a decent play. Ryan Blaney, I don't really like the play. He's shown. He's won on a road course before. He won at the Charlotte Roval back in 2018. He's led laps at the Charlotte Roval. But that's really about it, he's typically about top 10 car. He might squeak out a top 5 here and there, but I'm not liking Ryan Blaney starting 4th. I don't think he has if anyone's gonna dominate early, I think it's gonna either be Keselowski, Logano, or Larson. And Blaney starting 3rd, it just doesn't work out. It's doesn't do well in DraftKings for the 3rd place starter to just sit there and kind of fade back as the race goes on. So not a fan of Blaney this week at all. Brad Kozlowski, he's on the pole, 9,000. This is where it could get interesting. Like I said, we just need to know. We just need to figure out who's going to lead early, and that's going to be the hardest part of building these lineups. We've seen Brad Keselowski lead at road courses before. He's led 20-plus laps in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times in his career, he's led over 20 laps. 6 times in his career, he's led 17 or more laps. He hasn't been great at road courses lately. 13th, 15th, 19th. He finished 5th at Daytona Road Course. Got a little crazy there. 18th, 13th. I think best case scenario, Brad Keselowski's finishing 5th on Sunday. Will he stay out there and lead a bunch? He's done it before. 2015, 2016, 2017, he led 20-plus laps in each Watkins Glen race, as you can tell. I don't think he has that. I don't think he's on top of the game of road courses. And, with Larson up there and with how quickly I think Chase Elliott's going to get up there, I just don't see Keselowski really being great on Sunday. 0 fastest laps, 0 laps led on road courses this year. I think you need exposure if you're putting a ton of lineups in, but at the same time, this road courses on DraftKings are all about place differential and finish because of how short these races are. So typically the pole sitter just doesn't work out unless it's Chase Elliott or Kyle Larson at Sonoma. It doesn't work out. Christopher Bell, definitely a strong play. They priced him right this weekend, $8,800. He starts 7th. I think he could win this thing. There's no reason to think he couldn't. The problem with Christopher Bell is he's been a stud or dud at road courses. So he won at Daytona Road Course. He finished 2nd at Road America. Every other of his 4 starts at road courses in the Cup Series have been outside the top 20. I don't think he's going to be outside the top 20 this weekend. I think he has legitimate top 5 potential. So he's driving this number 20 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota that Eric Jones finished 4th and 5th with at Watkins Glen in the last 2 races. Christopher Bell is a better road course racer than Eric Jones. So Bell definitely, I think, is a strong play. I think he might be somewhat low owned, like just for how strong of a play he could be. I think Bell is going to definitely come in on the lower side of ownership, starting 7th and being $8,800. It's hard for most DraftKings players to play a driver of that price, but I think Bell could definitely end up in the optimal lineup this weekend. I think he has legitimate, top 3 to winning potential this week. Alex Bowman, he starts 10th, $8,600. Bowman's about a top 10 road course racer. So 9th at Sonoma this year, 8th at COTA, 10th at Daytona Road Course. He was 8th at the Charlotte Roval. He's had a few top 5s here and there. I'm expecting about an 8th to 10th place finish out of Alex Bowman this week. Is he a safe DraftKings play starting 10th? Kind of. I mean, I don't like the price. I don't like the upside. So maybe a little bit of Bowman exposure on Sunday, but I can't see myself having, a ton. It's just, it doesn't work for me. I'd rather go Bell or even Harvick, or jump down to Briscoe. I really like Briscoe this week. But Kevin Harvick, he's $8,500. He starts 5th. Harvick is like a sneaky road course, very good at road courses, except lately. 27th, 22nd, 37th. He did finish 6th at Daytona Road Course. Before that, he was 11th at Charlotte Roval, 17th at Daytona Road Course. I like what that 4 team is doing. I think they're getting better. I do think that Harvick can stay in the top 5 all day. I just don't see the dominator potential, and I don't see him challenging for a win, which I think he's going to have to, finish top 3 for that $8,500 price tag for it to work in a lineup. So I don't love Harvick this week by any means. I'd much rather go to Briscoe, but if you're looking for a tournament play, Harvick could be an option if he can get up there and lead 10 laps. Then it kind of just changes things a little bit. And if he does finish top 3, top 4, Chase Briscoe $8,300. I love where they priced Briscoe this week. I think people are going to be a little scared of that price tag, even though he's starting 27th. But we know what this kid can do. And he's in remember how good Clint Boyer was at road courses in this car. Chase Briscoe is a very capable road course racer. He finished 6th at COTA. He finished 6th at Road America, 17th at Sonoma. Obviously, if Briscoe can pull off another top 10, he's going to be in the optimal at $8,300 and starting 27th. Really like Chase Briscoe this week. A safe play, I think, in this price range, and I think he might go a little bit under-owned. Obviously, like I said, I'm recording this Thursday, so I haven't seen what other people are talking about yet this week, but definitely really like Briscoe. He's becoming one of my like rock guys, rock solid guys at road courses this year at least. Ross Chastain, I'm sure he's going to get plenty of eyes this week, even though he's starting 12th, $8,100. 7th, and 4th in the last 3 road course races. I think Chastain can easily pull that off again. And I think he's going to be a little overhyped, though, when it comes to tournaments. So I like staying, in that, probably in that, I don't know, maybe the 15% ownership, exposure. That's probably where I like to be with Chastain. I do think he has legitimate top 7, again, upside. Maybe could squeak out a top 5, but hard to see that happening without a little bit of luck. But still, solid top 10 driver this week for sure. Tyler Reddick starts one spot worse, 13th. He's $8,000. Reddick is kind of a wild card. 8th at Road America, 9th at Coda. We haven't really seen that great performance out of him. You could throw in the Busch Clash this year, but I'm not going to. I definitely think Reddick is a good play if you want to get off of Chastain. I think they both have similar upside, and Reddick's going to be lower owned than Chastain. So tournaments, I think Reddick is a solid play. Same with Chastain. I think Reddick's going to be a little bit lower owned though. So if you really want to get different, I think Reddick is a decent play. I don't love it by any means, but don't hate it either. Chris Buescher, he starts 24th. I really like Chris Buescher this week. I think he's a very safe option. I don't love the price of $7,800, but at the same time, he's, if he can sneak in a top 15, top 13 again, he's going to be well worth that starting 24th and getting those place differential points. My favorite bet this week was Chris Buescher, top 20 finish. He hasn't finished outside the top 20 at a road course since 2016. There's no reason to think that's going to change. Looking at Watkins Glen specifically, Buescher was, 13th in 2019, 11th in 2017. I think he has similar upside this weekend, and like I said, starting 24th, just a very solid play. And I'm probably going to have, a decent amount of Buescher exposure, probably, in that 18 to 25% range of Buescher. I always like Buescher at road course races. It'll be my downfall one of these times. But Matt Benedetto, he is starting 14th. He's $7,600. Yes, he looked good at Road America. Remember how much he fell off at Road America, though. So, do I see upside with the Benedetto? Yes. Is it likely? I just don't see it. And it might be one of those, as the weekend progresses that I kind of change my mind on it. He did finish 6th here in 2019. And what is going to change my mind about this is how that team is kind of turning around. So last 3 races, 10th, 9th, and 11th. If he can do that again starting 14th and he can creep up there in the top 8, he's definitely going to be a solid play at $7,600. So yeah, I'm right now, like I said, it's Thursday. I'm kind of on the fence about the Benedetto. I'm leaning no, but at the same time, I can see the upside there and I can see it working out. So yeah. That probably wasn't very helpful, but oh well. Daniel Suarez, he starts 21st. I don't like that team has had the mechanical issues that they've had on road courses this year. That kind of worries me, especially since it's happened twice. But he did finish 12th at Sonoma. He's finished well. Here at Watkins Glen, he's finished top 5 twice back in when he was with Gibbs, 2017, 2018. He finished 17th here in 2019 with Stuart Haas. Starting 21st, I know my projections hate Daniel Suarez. I think my algorithm has him, 23rd. I don't like it. $7,500. He's worth some exposure. I can't get behind going too crazy on Suarez this weekend, though. But he's a very good tournament play. 21st. Obviously, if he can get a top 10, it's going to be a very good day for a $7,500 driver on DraftKings. He's kind of like the Benedetto. I'm kind of, going back and forth right now in my own head. We'll see how the weekend goes. Yeah. Ryan Newman, he starts 28th. He's $7,300. That team is just junk right now, and Newman's not a good road course racer. So, yeah. 7th at Sonoma in 2019, but since then, 25th, 32nd, 19th, 31st, 20th, 24th, 33rd, 32nd. And they're absolute junk right now, that team is. So, yes, there's place differential potential. He starts 28th. Is he going to get in the optimal finishing 20th at $7,300? Absolutely not. So, I don't like Ryan Newman at all. Michael McDowell, $7,200. He starts 25th. I usually like Michael McDowell at road course races. He's a strong road course racer. What it's going to take, though, is like one of these surprise top 12. I don't think McDowell's going to get it done finishing 16th or finishing 18th at $7,200, even though he does start 25th. I think he's going to need to get up there and perform a little bit better. So I don't like the price tag of McDowell. I will have exposure to him. I think he has, top 15 upside, but at the same time, I'm not going to go too crazy on McDowell this weekend. Eric Jones, $7,000. He starts 22nd. I like Eric Jones. He was very strong here at Watkins Glen when he was in a good car, and now he's in like a decent car. But at the same time, this petty car, 14th at Daytona Road Course, 16th at Coda, 11th at Sonoma, 19th at Road America. I think Jones definitely has top 15 upside, and I know my projections like him quite a bit. He's actually in my optimal projected lineup this week. I don't love him. I'm not going to go super crazy on him, but at the same time, I do like Eric Jones, and he's going to be, I can guarantee he's going to be in one or more of my high dollar lineups. So strong play, I think. Eric Jones is a very good road course racer, and his equipment isn't that bad. So definitely Eric Jones is in play this weekend. Eric Almirola starts 8th. He's $6,800. He should be $5,800. He has 2 top 10s in 25 career starts at road course races. No. He was good at New Hampshire. Don't pick him this week. Bubba Wallace starts 26th. He's $6,600. I like the upside here. Historically, Bubba Wallace has been awful at road courses. He did finish 14th at Sonoma this year. I think that team is running a little bit better. I think Joe Gibbs Racing runs better at Watkins Glen. Obviously, he's basically a 5th Joe Gibbs Racing car. I do like Bubba Wallace at that price point, $6,600. I think there's definite upside. I know my projections like Cole Custer better than Bubba Wallace, but in my head, I like Bubba Wallace better than Cole Custer. So take that for what it's worth. I think Bubba's a pretty good low dollar option and place differential play this week. Definitely not guaranteed, but I think he's solid. I think he could surprise some people and come home with 17th place finish, somewhere in that range. Cole Custer, like I said, my projections like his price and his upside this week. He's a top 20 road courser. He's finished 9th at Charlotte Roval, 17th at Road America is probably where he's going to finish this week. He starts 19th, $6,500. I'd rather jump down to Stenhouse or Austin Dillon, but Cole Custer is a decent option, I would say. My projections like him more than they should. I'll go ahead and say that right now. Optimally, I'll probably be like in 10% exposure, maybe 15, and stay there. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. starts 18th. He's $6,300. I know Stenhouse gets a lot of hate, but all he has to do is not mess up, and he could have a pretty decent race this weekend. 12th at Road America. That was due to a lot of people pitting late. He didn't have that great of a car. He's about a mid-teens guy, but couple lucky breaks, he could finish, again in the top 15, which is a decent run for a $6,300 driver. Starting 18th, there's a little bit of place differential upside, but in this range, I actually like Austin Dillon a lot better, even though he starts 16th. Austin Dillon has turned things around at road courses. He used to be god-awful, and that's putting it nicely. So looking at this year, 11th, 13th, 12th, he did have issues at Daytona Road Course, but I really like this trend that Austin Dillon's doing, and I love the price, $6,100. It's hard not to like Austin Dillon this weekend, and my projections really like him, fitting in those two or three higher dollar guys into a lineup, and Austin Dillon being down there at the bottom. So definitely Austin Dillon is in play this week. I'm probably going to have too much Austin Dillon this week, so take that for what it's worth. James Davison is overpriced. I don't like any of these low dollar guys. Unless you're punting and trying to fit, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, and Kyle Larson into a lineup, I don't see a reason to come down here to any of these. Davison, like, what are you doing? $5,900 for James Davison? No. Corey LaJoie starts 29th. Few wrecks, he could finish top 20. Still probably not worth the $5,800. Anthony Alfredo, he starts 31st. If he can keep it off the wall and actually finish the race, he could be a viable punt. 22nd at Daytona Road Course, 18th at Coda. I might have some Alfredo, not a ton. Like I said, it's when you're getting into punts, that's just kind of what happens. And Alfredo has the best equipment, of the true back markers back here. Ryan Preece is starting 23rd. Not worth $5,500. RC Anderson, I don't even know who that is. Starting dead last. He's in the 15 car. Probably if he's a good road course racer, and there's some wrecks, he could probably finish like 32nd, 30th. Justin Haley, 30th. Probably going to finish about 29th or 30th or 31st, right in that range. Don't like it. Kyle Tilley in that 78 car starts 33rd, starts too high up for me for a decent punt. James Bilicki, 34th. Like I said, you're just getting into punts here, and I don't like it. Garrett Smithley starts too far up. If I'm doing a punt, it's probably going to be Quinn Houff, even though he's not good. He had one good race. It's going to take wrecks, and I just don't see punts working out this week. As somewhat attractive as they are, fitting in, like I said, a Kyle Busch, a Chase Elliott, and Larson into the same lineup. I wouldn't dig down this deep. Maybe Alfredo. That's probably the best one in my mind is Alfredo. But even then, his price sucks. So that's going to do it for this week's video. There won't be a video next week because we have same-day qualifying with Indianapolis Road Course. So good luck at Watkins Glen, and I will talk to you for Michigan the week after. So good luck. See ya.